The custom of making Ajrak goes back 5,000 years. It's a unique form of block printing, and it's an important part of the culture in southern Pakistan Sindh province. The traditional method involves some unusual ingredients like camel and cow dung.
अजरक दुनिया में जो प्योर अजरक जो हम बनाते हैं जो इस एरिया में बनती है वो दुनिया में कहीं नहीं बनती.
But these days, customers are buying cheaper machine-made copies of these shawls. We visited the small town of Bhitsha to see how one traditional Ajrak workshop is still standing. Imran Sumro started learning how to make Ajrak from his father when he was 10, and they still work together today.
खुद को बहुत खुशनसीबी समझते हैं कि हमें मतलब मेरा जन्म ऐसे ख़ानदान में हुआ जो अजरक सिंध की सकाफ़त को कैरी ऑन कर रहे हैं.
It all starts with stiff pure cotton called kora. Workers take the cloth to a nearby stream for its very first wash. They slap the cloth against the riverbanks repeatedly to squeeze out any excess water. Every single step is done by hand. So it can take almost a month to make one shawl. Then it's time for the most famous ingredient, kese. Camels used to be common in Bhitsha, but these days workers from a nearby town deliver the dung every day. It's mixed with water, baking soda, and mustard oil to form a paste called saj. That's what gives Ajrak its musty smell and eventually makes the colors pop.
अब इसमें लगाएंगे तो जो कलर होता है ना कलर इसमें अच्छा बनेगा.
It takes a full bucket to soak 25 sheets. They dunk the fabric into the saj, then coil it again and again to soak up the paste. The cloth is soaked and dried at least 4 times before it goes back into the river for another wash. But they never let the fabric fully dry.
थोड़ा सा उसमें वो वेटनेस रखते हैं. आप 100 सालों के बाद भी आप अगर देखेंगे तो उसमें से आपको खुशबू आएगी, उसमें से आपको बदबू नहीं आएगी.
After the raw fabric is treated for 4 to 5 days, it's finally ready to be stamped.
ये अजरक का मजमूई तौर पर चौथा प्रोसेस हो रहा है और प्रिंटिंग का पहला प्रोसेस हो रहा है और इसको बोलते हैं छुर यानी कि आउटलाइन.
One artisan creates the outline on all 40 pieces in the batch. There are only 3 to 4 traditional patterns that are still in use today, but the workshop can customize designs. A skilled block printer can finish 10 to 12 pieces in a day, but the hard work doesn't always pay off.
हमारे हाथ हम ये कहते हैं कि हमारे हाथ सोने के, लेकिन मैंने इन सोने के हाथ वालों को मतलब जब वो बूढ़े हो जाते हैं तो भीख मांगते हुए भी देखा है और भूखा तड़पते हुए भी देखा है.
A high-end shawl from Imran's workshop costs up to $50, but you can pick up a machine version for about $1.
क्योंकि वो लेकिन हमारे काम में मेहनत बहुत है, काम बहुत है, इसलिए प्राइस भी बहुत ज़्यादा है. मतलब उसके हिसाब से जितने की वो देते हैं उतने का उससे ज़्यादा हमारा कपड़ा आता है कॉटन वाला.
Still, many people can't tell the difference between real and fake Ajrak, but there are some signs.
वो नकल वाला मिशन वालों का उतरता है या हमारा कपड़ा फट सकता है, कलर नहीं उतरेगा.
Imran says that's because they don't use any chemical dyes.
मसाले होते हैं जो मिक्सचर्स होते हैं वो जो मतलब वो हर्ब्स एंड शर्ब्स हैं, जड़ी बूटियाँ हैं. मतलब इसमें किसी भी तरह का कोई भी केमिकल यूजेज नहीं है.
For the next step called khat, workers fill the outline with black color. It starts to give the Ajrak its signature look. Then a worker stamps an herbal paste all over the cloth so that dried cow dung can stick to the fabric. This process, known as khar, protects sections of the Ajrak that shouldn't be dyed. Now the fabric is ready for its first dye. Slowly, each Ajrak is dipped into this bubbly dye until it turns a deep navy. Workers take out the soaked sheets and lay them in the sun before they're washed again. The next stage demands a strong fire. Imran's father Muhammad fills a bhatti or clay oven with water along with alizarin pigment and an herb known as sakun.
साकल नहीं होगा ना तो ये ढंग नहीं पकड़ेगा.
अभी पाकिस्तान में जो आता है ना वो इंडिया से आता है. इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का जब भी हालात ख़राब होते हैं ये महंगा हो जाता है. बीच में बंद हो गया था ये 2-2.5 महीने बहुत मुश्किल हुई थी, बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल.
Then Muhammad repeatedly dips the Ajrak into boiling water. More and more pieces go into the bhatti. And eventually, they're all left to simmer for at least an hour. Imran checks the pot regularly to make sure each piece is fully submerged. Other pieces are dyed in smaller pots. The patterns start to appear. A worker lays out the Ajrak by the river the next morning. Then the fabric is dyed, block printed, and washed again to enhance the colors. Each step leaves its mark, with the stark crimson contrasting with the indigo, black, and white. Archaeological records show that Ajrak has been made in Sindh for over 5,000 years. It dates back to one of the earliest civilizations of the Indus Valley, where Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism flourished. Priest kings wore the fabric over their shoulders in the ancient city of Mohenjo-daro in Sindh. Today, shawls like these are sold throughout Pakistan, but Sindh is still the heart of the craft. There are about 100 workshops in this part of the province that still make Ajrak the traditional way. Growing up, Imran learned about legendary Ajrak artisans, and some even belonged to his own family.
नाम सुने, बड़े बड़े कारीगर गुजरे, तो 100 साल से तो उन लोग 100 साल तक के बंदों को तो मैं जानता हूँ. मेरे वालिद साहब का नाम है मोहम्मद आजम सुमरो, वो भी अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मतलब इस एरिया के माने हुए कारीगर है.
But the glory days of this ancient craft are long gone. Cheaper, mass-produced shawls have taken over the market.
तो अभी जो फंक्शंस वगैरह होते हैं या जो भी मतलब जहाँ भी क्वांटिटी में चीज़ें चाहिए होती है ना अजरक, तो वो अब लोगों को वो सस्ते मिल रही है.
To keep up with competition, Imran's family business has diversified.
लेडीज सूट बना लेते हैं, साड़ीज बना लेते हैं, स्टोलर्स बना लेते हैं, कुशन्स बना, मतलब आप अब जो चीज़ भी ऑर्डर करेंगे.
Another change? They've started selling directly to consumers instead of just to local shops, which kept some of the profits.
अभी वो नहीं है, अभी हम फ्री हैंड एग्जीबिशंस करते हैं, ऑनलाइन काम करते हैं.
The new business model has helped his workers too.
और जो कारीगर लोग हैं हमारे, जो मजदूर जो काम करते हैं, वो भी जो 300 रुपये कमा रहे थे मुश्किल से, अब वो 500-600, अगर कोई बंदा अच्छा कारीगर है तो 1000 रुपये भी कमा लेता है अभी.
Imran credits non-profit organizations for training his workers on different techniques.
और उस पर जो इंडिया वालों से भी जो कारीगर लोग हैं वो रश करते हैं और वो बहुत हमें बड़ा उस्ताद मानते हैं.
And he's hopeful that the Ajrak will continue to be cherished by many future generations.
सरवाइव करेगा, अब तो बिल्कुल करेगा, क्योंकि अब तो हम जो है मतलब हम लिमिटेशन में निकल गए हैं, हम अब अनलिमिटेड हो गए हैं.